In this video, I'm going to be showing you the simple way to cut a halter neck and how to properly contour the neck so you won't have this gaping people usually have around the neck. So if it sounds like something you would love to learn, do wait to watch to the end of the video, like, share and subscribe. And if you are new on my channel, please kindly subscribe. Subscription is totally free, and turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified anytime we drop new video. So let's get right to it. So this line up here is our starting line and our shoulder line. So I've already come down to mark my bust point. From my shoulder to my bust point, which is 9.5 inches, from my shoulder to my waist point, which is 15 inches, and then from my waistline I came down by 9 inches to mark my hip point. And then for the length of this dress I mark 30 inches. It depends on what you want, so I just mark 30 inches as the full length. So I will label my lines appropriately, my waistline, hip line and the full length. So I'm going to come to the shoulder line here, divide my shoulder by 2, which is 7.5. I'm going to mark it right here. At that point, I'll come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. I'll come here to mark my neck width of 3 inches, and I'll connect from the shoulder slope all the way to the neck width this way. So I'm going to come down here to mark my neck depth, and we're going to be using this pattern paper to cut both the back and the front. So for the front neck depth, I mark 3 inches, and then for the back neck depth, I mark 1 inch. I'm just going to connect the point this way. So this is what we have. The next thing is to mark our chest line, and to mark our chest line you're going to divide your bust by 6, add 1.5 inches to the measurement. I got 7. I will extend the point across, and this line is now my chest line. On my chest line I'm going to mark my shoulder measurement here to have a straight line. I'll mark my shoulder measurement here. I'll connect from the shoulder slope all the way to that point. So on this line, I'm going to divide it into 2 equal halves to get the midpoint. And at the midpoint, I'll come in by ½ an inch. I'll come to the chest line, divide my bust circumference by 4, and I'll go ahead and connect all these points to form my armhole like this. So we're going to mark our darts, and to mark your darts, you're going to divide your nipple to nipple measurement by 2 minus 3.5. I'll mark it on the bust line, on the waistline. Then on the waistline, I'm going to come down by 6 inches. Then I'll mark my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2 here. So this is going to be the length of our dart. I'll just connect it this way. So on the waistline, I'm going to mark ½ an inch on both sides of our dart leg. Then from the bust line, I'm going to come down by 1 inch. I'll go ahead and connect my dart this way. The next thing we're going to do right now is to impute our round body measurement. We've already marked our bust measurement. I'll add my seam allowance. I'll mark my waist measurement, replace the 1 inch for that, and add my seam allowance. I'll come to the hip line, mark my hip measurement, and add my seam allowance. So whatever I have on the hip, I'll mark it on the hem line. I'll go ahead and connect all my markings together this way. And this is what we have here. So to work on the neck here, it depends on the kind of halter neck you are doing, but we are recreating the one we have on the thumbnail. So I'm going to connect from my neck width all the way into the chest line this way. So this is what we have, and we are not going to leave this neck like this, because if we leave it like this, it's going to gape. So we are going to contour it. So I'll just connect from any point here to our dart leg this way, and we're going to mark ½ an inch on both sides of this line here. We're going to tighten it up here, and I'll connect it back into the dart leg. So by the time you tighten up the neck with that 1 inch, your neck is going to relax very well. It's going to lay very flat. You won't have any gaping. So this is basically it. I'll just go ahead and cut it out. So I forgot to mention, before cutting your pattern paper out, please do well to close down this dart you have here. If you close it, you realize that your lines will no longer align. So do well to close it so that you can align your lines properly before you cut out. So I'm going to add another piece of paper here and align my lines. I'm going to align it this way, and I'll cut the excess out. So do well to close this dart here before you cut out so that you can adjust your line properly before you cut out. So this is it. Like I said earlier, we're going to use this pattern to cut both the back and the front. So we've already cut out the back neck first. You're going to use this to cut on your fabric. By the time you are done cutting the back pattern, you can now go ahead and cut out the neck depth for the front, and then cut the the front. So if you're using a stretchy fabric, there's no need for you to add your zipper allowance. But if you're not using a stretchy fabric for the back pattern, you have to add your zipper allowance. I'm not using a stretchy fabric to cut this. All you have to do is to add 1 inch to the back pattern. You can see what I did there. I added 1 inch, and on the waistline I'm going to mark 1/2 inch here. The reason why we are doing this is because our back is not straight. This is to eliminate the excess we have around this waist area, so that we will not have zipper bulge. So we are going to cut out this excess out. We'll always do this in all our video. By now I'm sure for those of you that have been following me would have gotten used to this by now. So this is it. If you are using a stretchy fabric, no need to add your zipper allowance. But if you are not using a stretchy fabric, just go ahead and add your zipper allowance of 1 inch, just the way I did here. And this is basically it for this tutorial. If you find this video helpful, do it to like, share and subscribe. If you have any question concerning this video, please do it to drop it in the comment section and I will respond. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video.